What is going down? It is DJ Ash Noble here. Welcome back to another stream. Yes, I do know. I do need a shave. You can tell that I'm starting to get a little bit of a beard back. No need to fear. That will be gone in the morning. Well, it'll be gone tomorrow. At Donk Juice tomorrow with the layman showing my support. So that's where you can catch me raving on the dance floor. So I'll be having a freshen up before then. Um, anyway, what I was gonna say is we're back with another stream, and I've got a booking to announce to you guys, and I've got a new track to talk to you guys about. I've just put a little preview up on YouTube as we speak, and I've also put a preview up on Facebook as well, so you can have a either look here on YouTube, or you can look on Facebook. But we'll talk about the booking first. So next Friday you can catch myself MCing in Cleethorpes, and this is all in aid of Gone Not Forgotten, and it's a night dedicated to Jordan Harrod. So a friend of mine from Cleethorpes sadly went through a little bit of a big tough time, and sadly her brother sadly passed away. Her brother sadly died, and he was right into his raves. He was right into his hardcore. He's right into his rave tunes. And essentially, next Friday, sorry. So actually, a week today now. Um, his funeral is essentially taking place, and I suppose the is it a wake you call it, the after? I don't want to say the after party, because you're not really partying as such. But cut the story short, the after do on the evening, they've decided to put a rave on dedicated to Johnny. I think I might have said Jordan at first. I do apologise. Johnny, I didn't personally know him, but I do know his sister quite well, and it's an awful thing to go through. So I obviously stepped in and said, look, I'm happy to go ahead and obviously help out in any way, shape or form. So you can catch me MCing at the in Cleethorpes, well, Grimsby, and it's the sorry, it's the Elixir nightclub. If I said that right, I've never been to it myself. Obviously, it's a free entry thing, and obviously we're not getting anything out of doing this other than showing and obviously paying our respects to Johnny. So I said, look, I'm happy to it's such a tough time. We've all got to pull together when it comes to times like this. And like I say, he's gone, but not forgotten. He was loved by many from what I've heard. And it's such a shame, especially when people go at such a young age. He was born in 1994, so he's only like literally about sort of like 3 years older than me. So it's such a shocking thing, really, and it's so upsetting for the family. So obviously, it's only right that we all come together. We pay our respects, and we do him proud. He'd want to look down and see us all raving, and see us all doing it for him, and giving him a good send off is definitely on the cards. So that's where I'm gigging next week. But I don't know whether it's always one of them, like do you call it a gig? Because it is a gig. Like, you're still going and playing out somewhere, but because of the situation, I guess, and the circumstance. Do you really like class it as a gig? Like, oh yeah, I'm booked here, because it's not really something you particularly want to be booked at, but obviously, it's you do it to pay your respects kind of thing. So it's not like I'm gonna put a banging set together and I mean I'm MCing anyway, but you don't. It's not something like you really hype it up, but it's something that you do out of respect, I suppose. So I don't really know what you'd call it. I mean, I guess it just a night dedicated to Johnny. So that's what I'm doing next week. And then as obviously bookings go, I've got a booking in Manchester on the 16th. So I'm MCing there as well. For some reason, these MC bookings, they're coming back. They're coming back. I've done a few freestyles and put them on to Instagram. I think I might upload these to YouTube as well. I'm half tempted. Get them back out on all of the platforms again. It's been a hell of a long time since I put anything on here, sort of like MCing wise, apart from announcing like an MCing gig. But it seems to me like the MCing's coming back for me, and I'm getting a few more like MC bookings. Like obviously they've wanted me to MC here, the one on the 16th, that's an MC booking. So they are slowly coming back, and it's quite nice to see. And I have been enjoying it lately. I'm not going to admit, I ain't going to lie to you. Sorry, because I did get a little bored of it. But I think having that little sort of time off the mic and not doing any freestyling videos and any MC videos and sort of initially taking that time out is just something to me that I just think was maybe needed. A little bit of time to sort of reflect, and I've come back, and to be honest, I've got quite a few like new bars and things, so I'm quite sort of excited. I've got some new lyrics and new material coming, because I think that was another thing that was kind of boring me as well, was like the same bars. Like I still like to spit some of them, but it was kind of getting to the point where like you'd go through them bars and then it was like what do you really spit next? So now I've got like a few new bars and a few new lyrics I can say on some of the drops, and so, some of them are quite good. A lot of my lyric writing has kind of like it's telling stories about my sort of progression to change. So one of them is called Raving Days Sober, and it's essentially it's a bar about me sort of saying that the days of the kitchen sesh is over. So a couple of years ago, I used to go to quite a lot of house parties and go around and have a mix at people's houses, and I used to have quite a few beers and get wasted, and obviously now sort of this year I've really cut down on my drinking. I ain't gonna say I've completely stopped, because that would be a complete lie, and I don't want to come here and lie to you. I do now and again have a good few drinks now and again. Only odd times, but I have in a lot of sense that I have cut down massively, and sometimes I am going months without even touching a drop of alcohol, which is a really good thing. Sometimes if like if I'm just local and I'm somewhere in Hull and I'm not thinking about driving back or anything like that, or I just I'm not performing or anything or doing any form of gigging, then sometimes I do just think just for a change I'll have a couple of drinks. But the main aim and the main sort of idea of it is to eventually obviously fully knock it on the head. And it's I'm doing well at the moment. Like I say, I'm lasting good long periods of time without having without having an alcoholic drink, and then sometimes just now and again I have one, which is I don't hate myself for it, because I feel good on the progress of me cutting down, and I used to like having a good few beers and a party. Do you know what I mean? That was always me, but I realized that I wanted to push my music. I wanted to push myself musically, and and I wanted to also get back into work, and I thought I'm just getting on these parties all the time and looking forward to these parties, and it's not helping me in the long run. I've got a talent with the music, so why don't I start sort of putting more of a sober head towards it and start pushing myself, doing things. Plus, I don't want to be turning up to venues absolutely hammered. I don't want to be missing sets. I don't want to be going to a venue and then saying, "Oh, you're too drunk to play. You can't play your set now." So I've been doing this sort of like progressive sort of change in myself, and I wanted to, sort of like spit about that and sort of show people in my lyrics like the change, rather than just going out there and putting a massive post up and yay, mum free without any alcohol, because it's not a it's not a big deal to me for everybody to like, oh yeah, this guy's doing this massive thing, because it's not a massive thing. It's just cutting something out in my life that isn't serving me much of a good purpose. How are you? I'm all good, man. I'm all good, John. So I've been writing these new lyrics. So like I say, one of them is raving days sober, and it's days of the kitchen sessions over. Now I spend my raving days sober, so I can keep a clear mind. So you have a collab for me. Hit me up, bro. Depending what it is, depending on my time. Some of the other lyrics I've wrote. There's one that I've been writing with Music Lab. That's something that I'm spitting for a track with the band at Music Lab, but I'm still open to spit them sort of like over sets as well, because they're actually not bad bars, and it's just it's about life being temporary. So big fan of your stuff. Class underrated. Do you know what, bro? I give it a go, and I literally got told yesterday that I think I'm bigger than that I think I'm bigger than everybody, and like I honestly don't. Like I do not think I'm bigger than anybody. I do what I do, I enjoy what I do, and that is like literally, that is like literally it. Class act. Should I? Yeah. Hit me up on either Facebook or Instagram. Instagram is DJ Ash Noble. If you want to hit me up on Facebook, just hit me up as Ashley Noble, and just hit me up on there, and let me know what sort of, when you say collab, do you mean like a spitting bars collab? Do you mean like like a production collab? Like making beats? Because obviously I'm doing that. But I'm happy to do something like spitting, like a verse as well. That's all. Something that I'm very well capable of doing. So definitely hit me up, and like I say, if I get the time, I'll most definitely hop on, jump on. Yeah, so I've done this one about these bars about life being temporary. Don't you know life is temporary? So why should you live it so ordinary? Every day is what you make of it. Imagine if you had a tape of it. I wish I could rewind, go back in time, press play, press stop, hit the jackpot. And it's just essentially about sort of like life's temporary. Imagine if it was the last time. Living in the moment, feel the moment. The actual track we're doing at Music Lab is called Feel at the Moment. And that's quite good. But like I say, I'm open to spit them over like DJ sets as well, as I quite like the bars in them. And then there's another bar that I've wrote, which is it's just a bit of a fun bar. This one, it's just if you search my record, it's clean. If you see my pen, it's letting off steam. I write bars late at night. It's just about writing bars. It's just a little, flow with it over a bass line track or something. If you search my record, it is clean. If you see my pen, it's letting off steam, because I write bars late at night on the desk with the table light. I sometimes write till the ink's gone dry. Depends on the thoughts that are in my mind. Just, no real meaning or story behind it. And then there's one about forming a movement. And I wrote them because I was emceeing it at an event called The Movement. So I said I'm here today and I'm forming a movement, doing it for my self improvement, so I can be a better man and rock this mic the best that I can. So that was about sort of like self improving myself and forming this movement to self improve. And the event was called Movement. But I like the bars. And then I've just done some other odd little bits and bobs. One about just about kidnapping someone, just a bit of a fun bar. And then one about I used to think it was cool to get wasted. Again, just another one about I used to think it was good getting drunk, and now obviously I'm sort of trying to keep a little more on that sober path. Stick with the cherry aid, most definitely. I had a couple of bevies last weekend, to be fair, and I felt I didn't feel too good for it on the Sunday, so I just there's no point, I'm cutting down, and sometimes I think let's have a couple. I'm not gigging, so I'm just here enjoying the night. But then the next day, I definitely then realised, like, yeah, this is why I wanted to give up. When you don't feel too good, and I just think that there's no point. There's no point lying, no point denying. Do you know what I mean? In that sense. So yeah, so that's obviously the MCing has made a comeback. So anyway, new track, new track. So I've put a new tune. Well, I previewed, put a little sample clip up of a new tune that I've put onto I put it on Facebook. I put it onto YouTube. I think I've just. Oh yeah, I always end up doing that. I can't see it though. My phone is blocking. Um, my phone is blocking what I wanted. I wanted to go back to the web browser on my PC, and I think right where the tab is. Yeah, I can't see. Ah, there we go. Just move that along. I didn't want to do it. Oh dear. I think you've gone on to my DJ Ash Noble page on Facebook. I don't use that one, to be honest. I need to get back into using that. Yeah, so I've done this new tune. So for those of you who may or may not know, I put a preview of a track up of a remix of Akon, You're So Beautiful. Well, the original is Akon Beautiful. I call my version You're So Beautiful. And I did like a Scouse stroke of Clubland sort of style on the track. And it feedbacked quite well. It did quite well. And then a friend of mine has gone and done a Donk remix of it. So I did like the Scouse Clubland. And then he's gone and done like the Donk version, and then I've got another friend of mine doing a D&B version of the tune, and we're gonna put like an EP out of You're So Beautiful. So there's gonna be a You're So Beautiful EP, and basically when I did that You're So Beautiful, I really liked the style of like Scouse that I went for and stuff like that. Big shout to Ben. So I really enjoyed the Scouse style, and I just decided that I want to sort of do some more music in that sort of Scouse Clubland style. And a song came into my head, which again was around the same era as You're So Beautiful, when Akon and essentially everybody like that, Akon, Sean Kingston, Pitbull, all them people, Soldier Boy, when they were all massive in the charts, and when all these tunes were just going wild and stuff like that. And I come across one I hadn't heard for a while, which was Soldier Boy and Pitbull, Kiss Me Through the Phone. Now, to my reckon knowledge, I just thought Kiss Me Through the Phone, but apparently there's a version of Kiss Me Through the Phone without Pitbull, and then there's a version with Pitbull. So the version with Pitbull is not the original Kiss Me Through the Phone, but when I got the vocal, I just found the vocal featuring Pitbull. So I began doing a version of Pitbull, Kiss Me, Soldier Boy and Pitbull, Kiss Me Through the Phone. So it's Noble, Kiss Me Through the Phone. And again, it just started sounding all right. It started working out all right. And so, you know, sort of before you know it, there was a track coming together, and a few elements that I really like about the tune. And I just kept playing with it. And then today I just thought, you know what, I think it's ready just to give Facebook a little bit of a preview of it, and take it from there essentially, and you know, sort of see how it goes. And I'm enjoying it. It's, you know, like I say, I really like the Kiss Me Through the Phone as well. It's just another sort of like scousey sort of banger that I'm, you know, really, I guess, happy with. Like it sounds good. It sounds fresh. So, um, are you a top or bottom? What do you mean? I don't really get what you mean, to be honest. And I'm not shouting your full name out because I know what your profile name's called. And if I shout out your full name, it's a joke. You know, I get the joke behind it. Um, Sadly, when it comes to them kind of jokes, I'm already I'm already steps ahead of you. You know, I know them jokes. I've been saying them jokes for years, and you know, I saw your name when it came in, and I just knew not to shout it out because it's going to obviously make it sound like you're saying something else as opposed to what the name actually is. Do you know what I mean? It's almost like saying, "Can you shout out Eileen over?" Do you know what I mean? Like, you get the joke behind it, so I'm just obviously not gonna say it. So, I don't get what you mean by top or bottom. Like, how can you be top or bottom? Like literally, how can you be top or bottom? Crazy, crazy. So yeah, Kiss Me Through the Phone. So what can I say about it? Like I say, really good little tune. To be fair with you, one thing I will say, because it's a song about a phone, I put a little UK dial tone in there just for a bit of fun. I don't know how well it'll pick it up on the you know, on the stream, but I just thought, you know what, it actually works out like quite well, like, and then that's what it sounds like all together with a little bit of a fill effect in there as well, and I like it. So there we go. But for whatever reason, that, like, when I got the whole sample, the dial tone was actually out of time massively. And I don't mean with the project, like I mean within itself, like you can hear it there, like there isn't enough gaps between the do for whatever reason, or whoever put that sample up on YouTube of a UK dial tone. Um, would you say you're a top man? Oh, do you mean like a top bloke? If you mean like a top bloke, then I never big myself up. Never. Like I say, I don't think you was in the stream at the time, but I got told yesterday that I think I'm better than everybody, and I've never once thought that I'm better than anybody. Um, Never once thought that I'm better than anybody, and it really annoyed me because it's not the first time that the same person had said it to me, and I literally don't think I'm better than anybody. I've never once said I am. I don't big up anything I do. Like even when I preview these songs that I'm making on FL Studio, I don't go like I've just made a beast of a track, like this is a banging tune. I just say I'm working on this tune. I think I like it. I think it's going well. I think I've done well with it. I enjoy it. There's elements I like. I'm happy with it, but I never once go like, yeah, this is the best tune. You've got to listen to this, or I never go, oh, look at, like, oh, I play here and I play there, and I just focus on my music life, and if I've got things to announce, I announce them. If I don't, then I don't. But I never once go like, oh yeah, like I play here and you don't, and like I just don't really get how I supposedly think I'm better than everybody, or think I'm better than certain people, because I don't. I don't think I'm better than anybody. I just, like I say, I just go ahead and and do what I do my own, do my own thing. But who said it? It doesn't matter who said it. It was over a misjudged. It was a misjudged argument. That essentially, and I got accused for doing something that I hadn't even done. And basically, some stuff happened yesterday, and they put two and two together, and they thought I was a part of something that I wasn't even a part of. And it was really just all over nothing really, but it got made into something, and then next minute I'm a part of something that I'm not even like really fully aware of. So cut the story short, I was at a rave at the weekend, and a friend of mine at the rave come over to me and said, "Why has your friend blocked me?" And at the time I was thinking, who you on about? And then said who it was, and I'm thinking, I don't know. Like, if someone blocks you, like they aren't just gonna instantly tell me. Um, so at the time I wasn't sure, like, if this person, people go downhill, don't they? And sometimes people have a few things going on in life, so they take themselves off Facebook, and they have a break from social and stuff like that. They take time to reflect, and I thought, mate, what if that was the case? Or I thought, have I been removed as well? So I had a little bit of a check, and I'd seen that I hadn't been removed. So I dropped in and dropped a message and said, look, is everything okay? Because I'm thinking, well, this person, in my mind, I'm thinking is not going to block anybody for no reason, unless they're absolutely barking crazy. And from what I've heard and seen, like there was nothing that screamed barking crazy at me. I've seen a nice supportive person that's always pushed their own music career, and always had time for people and shared people's stuff, and supported people, and we've always supported her back. So I'm thinking, you've got to have done something wrong to obviously have been removed. So I just said, look, is everything okay? So and so said you said that you'd removed them. So I then found out essentially that this person who had removed someone I know at the rave, essentially this person who I know at the rave apparently had left some quite negative comments that had apparently made her feel like she wasn't good enough at what she was doing. Now, again, I don't know the full story, so I just essentially left it at that. And until yesterday, when a couple of things occurred. So I put a post up on Facebook yesterday, set about people being nasty. Now, I'd seen something on Facebook, and I thought it was quite nasty, so I put a post up about it. Now, this friend in the rave had put a negative comment up about singing, and just assumed that my post was about their post about the singing. And then Next minute, this drama's kicking off with this other person, who had obviously said that, you know, she'd had the mic taken out of her singing and stuff. And next minute, I'm getting phoned up and I'm getting accused of sending screenshots and sending this and sending that. And then this is where it all fell into, that I think I'm better than everybody else. And essentially, it was have a go at Noble Day, essentially. And I was like, I'm so clueless here as to what's even gone on. Like, I only briefly know that apparently she was upset by some comments regarding her singing, that made her feel like she wasn't good enough. So that's why she blocked. And that was literally it. That was all I knew. I didn't go screenshotting anything, or even getting involved in anything. It wasn't even my place. At the end of the day, I'm just getting on and doing my own thing. And it's situations like these, why I want to get on and do my own thing. And people say, like, why you're so distant, and why do you do this, and why ain't you got time for us anymore? And I'm thinking, because it's all of this negativity and drama, and so said this, and so said that. And I just think to myself, like, that's not why I jump on the mic, and that's not why I jump behind the decks. Because at the end of the day, I could not give a fly in what so and so is saying, and what so and so is doing. But people always seem to want to try and drag me into the gossip, and what do I think about this, and what do I think about that. And yeah, I'll think in my mind, like, about what I think about it. But yeah, I don't say it. I keep my opinions to myself. And if I then start saying it, they can go and spread my answer and my opinion. And then people think, oh, well, they don't agree with my opinion. And then before you know it, you are involved. You tell one person, they tell another person. So it's keep your thoughts to yourself kind of situation. And that's what I tend to do. I'll see stuff and I'll read things online, and I'll think that's a bit nasty, or that's a bit bad. And sometimes I'll maybe put on Facebook, like, some people are just so nasty. Because sometimes you read things and you do think, like, how can someone be so nasty? You see people in groups on Facebook, and they leave horrible comments. They leave really nasty things. That, even in positive groups, like, groups about TV shows and stuff. And you'll have people that are so negative and nasty in them. I seen a group on Facebook about Emmerdale, and there's so much nasty and negative people in there, even, that people are just posting stuff regarding the show, and then people are just leaving such hateful and negative comments on them. And you think, why? What's the point of it? And what's it gaining? But for me to just be dragged in and accused of stuff, and I've gone spreading this and I've gone saying that, when I haven't. As a matter of fact, I was busy last night. And I'd gone into radio with my friend, and then I'd come back and recorded a mix for a competition that I'm going to enter. And then I jumped onto FL. I haven't been going around doing blah blah, God knows what. And I've got proof and times of where I've been. People that can vouch for me and say, yeah, he was here at so and so. And I've been getting on with my night. So to get this sort of out the blue phone call, like you've said this and you've said that, and I'm thinking, like, oh, hang on a minute, pal. I've not said anything. you know, just crazy, just absolutely crazy. And then it all dies down, and then I get inboxes today being told to keep people's names out of my mouth, and then I'm thinking, do you know what I mean? Like, and this is why, also another reason why I sort of stepped away from like the hardcore, and went more to bounce. Because for some reason, like, you know, there's drama in every scene, don't get me wrong, but in the hardcore there's so much he said and she said, and then the wrong people getting involved, and the wrong people getting accused, and when you just think, like, why is there any need for all this? Like, because the music itself, I love the music, I have a passion for it, but the bounce music is just so much more happier. Everyone does, in a lot of senses, seem to get on a lot more. I've only since sort of tackling this bounce for sort of like the past year properly, bounce and scout, sort of like getting back into it. I've only seen like a couple of arguments at the most, and they've never been like anything major. Never been like some massive, blah blah blah. But with the hardcore, there's all these massive kickoffs and all this rah rah rah. And then I'm getting told off people like, oh, I'm taking my social medias down now, and I ain't gonna do this and I ain't gonna do that, and I should, am I happy with myself? And I'm thinking, do you know what I mean? I am happy with myself because I've not said anything. You know what I mean? Like, I've not, like I say, I've not screenshotted anything. I've not said anything that I regret saying, because I've not said anything in the first place. You know what I mean? Like, apart from checking in to see if someone's okay, because I obviously heard that she'd blocked somebody that I know. So obviously I'm just a bit like, you okay? Like, you wouldn't just block someone for no reason. I'm thinking like, what if this person had gone downhill, and people do, they go downhill and they block people. Just because they want to take that time off of Facebook, not because necessarily that person's done something wrong. And sometimes they haven't blocked and they've just deactivated an account. So like, so obviously at the time I'm just checking if this person's all right, because we've always got on. She's always supported me, I've supported her, so I'm like, how are you doing? Blah blah blah. But there you go. We are like 36 minutes in. Hardcore scene. Did they say sorry? No, they haven't actually. But I'm not really fussed. They do their thing, I'll do my thing. I knew these people quite well, and the upsetting thing is that they just assumed that it's me that screenshotted things, it's me that said things, and and I haven't, and just the fact that they fought so low that that I've spreaded this and I've said this to the point that they just ring me up having a go, like, kind of like upset me a little bit, because I'm thinking like, I was like literally like really good friends to them, and I spent a lot of time at their house, and I crashed at their house loads of times after raves. And yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, in recent times I've gone a little bit distant, because I've been busy myself. I started a new job, got started gigging a lot more, and then when I wasn't gigging, I was visiting my grandparents a lot more, and I just genuinely got busy and got distant, and sort of wanted to knuckle my head down and into a few things like production, and although they offered to help me, and we'll help you, like, that sort of thing. I want to learn myself. I don't want people being able to say like, I helped him do that, I helped him do this, that kind of thing. So grateful for the offer of I'll help you with things, but I want to learn myself, and I want to do it myself, and say, look, I learned, I've learned to do this because I've learned it myself, because I've watched videos online, and not so a friend can turn down and bite me in the bum and say, you've only got this tune out because of me, or anything like that. No offenses, but but like I say, I might have got a little bit distant, but because I was so close to them, and good friends, like, you'd think that they'd just, Noble wouldn't go saying stuff and spreading rumours, and and I hadn't, and they jumped the gun and thought so little of me, and thought, what, it's him who's done it, and it never thought like, well, is it actually him who's done it? It's not something he'd normally do. Is it really going to be him? But they've just thought, yep, it's him. Right? What? Why have you done this? And no thought. So there you go. Anyway, that's going to do it for this stream. We've streamed for long enough. It's actually 1:30 in the morning, and yeah, me being a daft little sausage, I have to go to work tomorrow, but not to work. It's not to work. So I don't normally work Fridays. I normally work Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and we had our Youth Music Network event today at the Polar Bear Music Club in Hull. And me being a Wally, the staff at work, the Goodwin, they gave me a phone for taking photos on, and my other working partner Cameo, he's going into work tomorrow, and he is essentially taking all the stuff back in that we've had at the event today. So like the projector, the the computer, that kind of thing. And me being a noggin, because I had this phone in my pocket, I left it in my pocket, and then obviously instead of it going with all the stuff to go back to the office tomorrow, it's stayed in my pocket. And because I've got 4 days off, knowing me, I'll put the phone away safe, and then I'll put it so safe that when it comes to me going back into work on Tuesday, because over the weekend I'll have been to 2 raves, I'll have had 2 late nights, a few different things going on, I'll just end up forgetting it, and I don't want to do that, and I hate looking after property that's not mine. So like, for the sake of just walking in when I live not that far from work, for the sake of, I don't know, a 10-15 minute walk, I might as well just go and take it in. I might as well just take it in, and then there's just no chance of me forgetting it on Tuesday, because I don't need to remember to bring it in, because it's already back in, and there's just no, anything could go wrong. You could end up dropping it, or it's just one of them where I don't wanna do anything wrong to it, or so I'm just thinking, if I take it back tomorrow, it'll be all fine and dandy. So you steal the phone. Nah, I didn't. Like I say, I left it in my pocket, and they'll be cool about it. Like, they would be absolutely fine. They'd say like, oh, just bring it in when you come in on Tuesday. But for me, because I just know with me having a busy weekend, I'll just end up forgetting that I'm just, me being me. Because I just don't like holding property that's not mine, and when it's work as well. I don't want to do anything that's going to make them think like, oh, they can't trust me. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I'm like, nah. But it's not a bad little phone, to be honest. It seems to work quite cool. So apparently the cloud storage is full. Some form of YouTube. Is YouTube even on here? Yeah, it is. Can't connect to the internet. Screen recorder. It's got quite a few different things on it. Facebook, Instagram, Messenger, calculator, compress. Cool. Anyway, people, make sure to like, make sure to comment, share. Peace.